Hey YouTube, so it's Sonia R. I am coming to you from my layover in Connecticut. Um, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what reserve is like at the airline. Basically, if you're a reserve flight attendant, that means that you don't really have access to your schedule. You just know what days you are working and what days you aren't working. So what days you're on and what days you're off. The days that you're on, you are pretty much the property of crew scheduling. Um, the purpose of a reserve flight attendant is to fill in where the airline needs you. So if somebody calls out sick, then scheduling is going to call a reserve flight attendant. If some flight crew misconnects, if they were supposed to change planes in, say, Atlanta, and their inbound plane is late for whatever reason, crew scheduling may reassign that flight to some reserve flight attendants just to make sure that it goes out on time. They may not, they may delay that flight, but basically a reserve flight attendant is like a fill-in flight attendant. And so my day started on reserve this morning. I was subject to being on call starting from 4 a.m. and I got a call at actually they started calling me before 4 a.m. I didn't answer. I'm not obligated to answer until 4 a.m. So they called me probably about 3:30 in the morning. I didn't answer. And then at 4 a.m., they called me literally right at 4 a.m. And so I got a trip. It's a 3-day trip. It was 2 legs today with an overnight in Connecticut. And then I have 4 legs tomorrow with an overnight in New Orleans. And then we get into New Orleans at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. And then it's 2 legs home on the 3rd day. And I think we finished that day somewhere around noon, which is pretty nice because it'll be a Saturday. So I'll have the rest of Saturday afternoon at home. So they gave me a trip. They don't always give you a trip. Sometimes they tell you to just come and sit at the airport. And when we sit at the airport, we can sit there for 5 hours at a time. And you can get a trip that way. They can tell you to come sit at the airport and then give you a trip once you get to the airport. They could sit you for 4 hours and 59 minutes and then decide to send you on a trip. And that has happened before, not that close, but maybe I've been 10 minutes away from getting off from work and then they gave me a trip. So basically, yeah, when I'm on reserve, I just plan to be the property of crew scheduling, and yeah, they can send me wherever they need to send me. So you kind of have to be flexible. During the summer, it's not that bad. It's not that bad in terms of packing purposes because it's pretty much hot everywhere. So, you pack your summer clothes. But it can get tricky sometimes in the spring and in the fall, or even in the winter, because it may be hot where you live, but cold wherever you're going to lay over, or you might be in a hot climate one night and a cold climate the next night. So you just got to find creative ways to pack. I usually just pack like some leggings. I layer. Layering is great for that type of situation. So that's basically it about reserve, and it only lasts a month. I'm on reserve 3 days a week for this past month. Now we're at the end of the month and we're transitioning into the next month. Next month I have a line, which means I have all of my trips laid out for me already, so I know exactly where I'm scheduled to be for whatever any given night for next month. Obviously, things can change, but I can plan kind of accordingly. That's one thing about the airline business. You have to be kind of flexible. It goes without saying, don't make plans, because as soon as you make plans, your plans tend to be changed for you. So you just have to be super duper flexible. The crew that I'm flying with, they're kind of cool. I packed a couple shirts. I did laundry late last night before I went to bed, and I completely forgot to pack pants, so I don't even have any pants on this trip. So I will be eating from my lunch bag that I brought with me, or ordering room service or whatever. But I'm so mad because it's going to be Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and I can't go out in New Orleans unless I go out and buy myself some pants. I can't believe I forgot pants. Damn it, man. Anyway, that's fine. I need to do my recurrent training anyway, so I'll tell you. And recurrent training is just training that flight attendants have to do every single year just to stay certified to be a flight attendant. So you kind of have to study and do my recurrent training. So I guess that's the universe's way of telling me, keep my butt inside, don't spend any money, and do what you're supposed to do. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you're thinking about becoming a flight attendant, if you have any questions about how to become a flight attendant, just leave them down below. You can look for me on social media. I am probably most active on Instagram, and you can find me, I am Sonia R, on Instagram. And I think that's also my Twitter name. I'm not that active on Twitter, but it's either I am Sonia R or Miss Sonia R on Twitter. I check Twitter maybe once a day, but I'm not that active on it like I am on Instagram. But anyway, if you have any questions, you can always comment down below, or you can look for me on my social media and send your questions there, and I will try to answer them for you. That's it for the rest of the afternoon. It is now, I don't think it's even 12 o'clock here. We have literally all day, and then I have to be in the lobby of the hotel for my pickup at 4:30-ish. I might film a makeup, like a get ready with me in the morning, just to show you what I do on a morning that starts that early. But don't kill me if I have plenty of time to rest today, so I'll probably be able to do it in the morning. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, go ahead and hit like for me, please. If you want to see me again, if you want to know more about what it's like to be a flight attendant, hit that subscribe button. I plan on uploading regularly. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye.